At Haubenschild Farms in Princeton, Minnesota, one word describes what's happening inside these dairy barns: innovation.
The dairy industry can not only be supplying the food and a healthy product that way, but we can also be supplying the energy.
To do that, Dennis Haubenschild is taking a dramatic approach to run his farm. The company's mission statement spells it all out: to be an environment-friendly agriculture business focused on the profitable, progressive, and sustainable production of high-quality milk, renewable energy, and related products.
We're going to try to be as environmentally sound as possible and still produce high-producing cows and be both economically and environmentally sound. And it takes the whole farm team. It's not one individual person, it's the whole team working together that's going to make this work.
That team includes Dennis's wife Marcia, their sons Brian and Tom, and 34 employees to manage 1,100 dairy cows and farm about 1,200 acres. In 1952, Haubenschild's dad Donald and mother Myrtle moved to Princeton to start a dairy farm. They soon learned that every pitchfork full of cow manure was a precious resource that could revitalize the soil.
Dad, as being my mentor, basically, is that we have to be earth neutral. And what we take from, we have to put back.
As a young man, Haubenschild recognized the untapped potential of biogas production from animal manure.
That manure is not a waste, I call it a non-depletable renewable resource that we should be using. Animal manure on our dairy is, has as much value as the milk does.
It took 2 decades of dedication, but in 1999, Dennis became one of the first dairy farmers in the country to install a methane digester. The 21-day cycle processes 20,000 gallons of manure each day, producing 60 cubic feet of gas per minute and generating 120 kilowatts of electricity per hour.
Every 100 cows basically are producing equivalent to a barrel of oil a day. So that's substantial. Mother Nature has put that energy there. We just have to take it all out, take it back, and recycle that. So we're producing actually more power than we're using, and that extra power gets put is on the grid, and it's supplying power for the local neighbors here.
But the digester is just the start of the story of innovation at Haubenschild Farm. For the past 4 years, rather than simply burn off the excess biogas not used by the generator, Haubenschild has been working with universities from Minnesota and North Dakota to develop hydrogen fuel cell technology.
The goal is to find better ways of using this gas. We're running a fuel cell, and the fuel cell process is just, it's a working process, but we're trying to make ammonia out of this excess gas, and that could be used as fertilizer or a future fuel source for fuel cell vehicles.
There are only about 150 methane digesters in use by American dairy farmers, and due to the cost, it's limited to larger operations. The recently announced Memorandum of Understanding between USDA and the Innovation Center for U.S. Dairy calls for a cut in greenhouse gas emissions by 25% in 10 years. Dennis thinks it could mean additional funding to help smaller dairymen install digesters.
It's something that the dairy has to be doing, and it's going to, there's no way to even put a dollar value to what it's going to do for the industry, because it's tremendous. The U.S. is about 10 years behind in Europe on a lot of this renewable energy and what can be done. And it's going to hopefully springboard us ahead. And we have the technology to do, twice in what we're doing here on the dairy. It's just, it's going to push us all ahead. I'm really excited.
Back to their mission statement, the Haubenschields vow to be respected, responsible, and an asset to the community by promoting dairy and renewable energy, welcoming visitors and inquiries from educational institutions.
And that's part of our mission statement and vision statement, is educating the public.
One way of doing that is by providing pregnant dairy cows to the Minnesota State Fair's Miracle of Birth Barn, which features live birthing demonstrations.
I get phone calls daily, basically, when one of the cows are calving down there and telling me that, how beautiful that calf is, and it's the first time they've ever seen a calf being born. So it's invaluable as far as letting the public know that, you know, the dairy, how the dairy, or that portion of the dairy and how it works. So
That's a big task during the fair's 12-day run, but one the Haubenschields would not pass up, as it allows them to connect with consumers now 3 or 4 generations removed from the farm and give them a new respect for what happens on the farm. Congratulations to Dennis Haubenschild, the 2009 Innovative Dairy Farmer of the Year.